What's up guys, Steven here, welcome back to another video. So I think today it's time to bring you guys a full performance comparison between the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, the Huawei Mate 20, the Mate 20 Lite and the P20 Pro. So I've used all these devices since the release and to be honest I'm a very happy P20 Pro user, but today I want to find out if the Huawei Mate 20 Pro is really the fastest Android device which you can buy right now. So let's go! The Mate 20 and the Mate 20 Pro are the first smartphones that are powered by the high-silicon Kirin 980 SoC, which Huawei manufactures on a 7nm process. Now Apple is the only other manufacturer which has released a 7nm chip with its A12 Bionic. Also Qualcomm and Samsung will probably take until next year to release the first 7nm SoC. The Kirin 980 has two ARM Cortex-A76 power cores that clock up to 2.6 GHz and two Cortex-A55 power-saving cores that can reach up to 1.9 GHz. Then there's also an ARM Mali G76 MP10 GPU and an improved dual-core neural processing unit, also called NPU. The Mate 20 Pro has also 6GB of 2133 MHz LPDDR4 RAM, which is the first smartphone to have such fast RAM. Huawei also promises that the Kirin 980 should have up to 75% faster CPU and up to 46% better GPU performance than its predecessor. We all know that benchmarks are not everything, but the Mate 20 Pro surprised me with almost 300,000 points in the Antutu benchmark. I was first a bit careful with these values, as Huawei cheated on the benchmarks in the past, like in the 3DMark benchmark. Now, to catch the fake scores, 3DMark runs suspected smartphones through public and private versions of the same benchmark. And if the final scores in the public benchmarks are really a lot higher than the private benchmark, then the smartphone is likely equipped with some specialized software made to recognize specific benchmarks and then crank up the performance, which would be against the 3DMark guidelines. The full performance is for sure higher, but would also make the phone overheat if it would work on that performance level for a longer time or at least drain the battery very fast, so manufacturers try to keep the performance balanced. So with the P20 Pro they cheated on the benchmarks, but the Mate 20 Pro does not cheat in the benchmarks. I've just noticed that there is a huge benchmark difference between normal mode and performance mode, but for some reason my Mate 20 Pro scores a bit low on the memory speeds, even though Notebook Check claims that the Mate 20 Pro has the fastest memory they have ever used. But for sure this could be a pre-release sample issue. But how does all that translate into real day-life performance? Now in EMUI, flipping between apps in the RAM is super fast. I really love how smooth it is, even though it's not stock Android. The device feels very snappy and I really enjoy using it. Even though it includes the fastest CPU, the GPU performance is a bit behind the Snapdragon 845, but in real life usage you really can't spot a difference. I've played a lot of games on the Huawei smartphones ranging from PUBG to Asphalt 9 and many more, and so far I've noticed that the phone is not really supported in all these apps. Also right now there's no Fortnite for the Huawei Mate 20 series, but this will come very soon. And also in PUBG the graphics options are very limited, but this will also be fixed when the device is longer on the market. In general, PUBG runs really smooth on the Mate 20 series, also even on the Mate 20 Lite. It makes sense to deactivate the notch as this can cause issues from time to time with scaling on the display. And also there are some lags from time to time, but I blame it on the bad software for now. Now 99% of the time it runs with nearly 60 FPS, but sometimes there are some small hiccups. All in all, the games I've tested run really fine. So here's some footage from Asphalt 9, Off the Road and some more games. Enjoy! So the new Kirin 980 may well be the fastest SoC in an Android smartphone that is released in 2018, but also it's not the perfect system on chip. And a bit beefier GPU would have made it perfect, but trust me guys, in real life usage, it's so hard to spot a difference between the flagships. And also, so far, there are no signs of heating or overheating on the Mate 20 Pro. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this video and I really hope that you now have some more insights on the performance of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. So far I have to say the performance is really good, so you can run tons of apps at the same time, you can run the latest games with really good graphics, they run really smooth without any lags. Just as you did see, in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for instance, you cannot choose the highest settings right now because they have to unlock it for the device, and also some other apps have a few scaling issues with the display format. So while it definitely needs some time until all the apps will adapt to the new smartphone, but yeah, after a few updates you will get the best performance out of this device, and also then all the apps will work. So trust me guys, it was the same thing on the P20 Pro when it was released. In the beginning it was kind of horrible, but it got better and better with every update. So just give it some time, watch some more reviews, and then you will see what's going on. So while performance, as I've told you, pretty good on this device, even though I have some issues on this one, so I'm not getting the full benchmark score as I do get on my Mate 20. For some reason, the memory on this one is slow, also have some microphone issues, but it's a pre-release sample, and next week I'm going to the Huawei service store to have a closer look inside of the device, which will be very exciting, and to show you what's happening if you have problems with your Huawei smartphone. Alright, so let's quickly talk about the pros and cons, so my personal pros and cons. First of all, low light photography. So I really love low light photography, and if you love it as well, then yeah, Huawei smartphones are perfect for it. It's so easy to get a great night shot because also the software behind the cameras is doing a real good job. So if you're into low light photography, that's a really good choice. Second thing, battery life. I'm getting 6 to 7 hours of screen on time right now, so I charge it every second day, which is really perfect. And if I run out of juice, Huawei Supercharge charges the phone in around 65 minutes in my test. This is really fast. Yeah, and the next thing is the wide-angle camera. This was something I always wanted to have on a smartphone, and finally Huawei was the one implementing it. So that's really great. Now for sure there are some cons as well. As I've told you, software optimization right now, so it needs some time, needs some patches until everything is fully working. Then also there is no 4K 60 FPS. I record a lot of videos and the stabilization has improved a lot. So we have optical image stabilization, electronic image stabilization, which is doing a good job. Also 4K is way better stabilized because now of the optical image stabilization. But there is no 4K 60 FPS, which is a real mess because the chipset would be able to do it. And I need to talk to Huawei if it's going to be software unlocked or what's going to happen on the device. Because we've seen some other manufacturers did a software unlock to get actually 4K 60 on their capable devices. And yeah, last but not least, I'm not so happy with the speaker placement. I mean, it actually sounds okay, but it doesn't sound like a 1,000 euro flagship could sound with a decent speaker. But all in all, it's a great smartphone. I'm now using it as my daily driver and I'm really happy with it. So guys, stay tuned for more reviews, service store next week and some other tests. Big thanks for watching. If you watched until this point, then yeah, thank you so much. Please smash the like button if you like this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And as always guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.